Hello everyone, welcome to Mentor Buddy, and in this we are going to discuss the question which is based on LCM and HCF. Now coming directly to the question first, the question says a boy wishes to cut as many pieces of rope of equal length as he can from pieces that are 104, 78 and 65 meters long. So if he wants the pieces to be as long as possible and does not like to waste any rope, then how long should each pieces be? And the respective options are like 15, 16, 13 and 18. Now, well, the question is of about the highest length. Always mark one thing: whenever the question arises of lowest value, in that case we have to take the LCM, and whenever the case arises of highest value, in that case we always have to take the HCF. For example, let's say the question I'm framing is the largest number or the highest number which can divide 70, 210 and 280. So well, the question is of largest number, the highest number. So these are few points which can give me the idea that whether I have to figure out the LCM or HCF. Well, the question is of the highest number, so we have to take the HCF. So HCF of the number 70, 210 and 280 will be equals to 70, that the largest number. Now we have to understand the prime factor logic to calculate the LCM and HCF of any number. For example, I have taken two numbers, that is 12 and 18, and we have to figure out the LCM and HCF for the same. Now let's say I'm writing the number 12 in a form of its prime factor. The 12 can be written as like 2 to the power 2 into 3 to the power 1, and the number 18 can be written as like 2 to the power 1 into 3 to the power 2. Now the question arises that we have to figure out the LCM. Now one simple approach to figure out the LCM of the two numbers, that is 12 and 18, always see the highest power, the more power. So in 2 to the power 1 and 2 to the power 2, what is the greatest power? That is 2 to the power 2. And again in 3 to the power 1 and 3 to the power 2, what is the greatest power? That is 3 to the power 2. So that will become 4 into 9 will be equals to 36. So logic says to figure out the LCM, take the higher power. Now coming to HCF. So to get the HCF of the same two numbers, that is 12 and 18, it will become the least power. So out of 2 to the power 1 and 2 to the power 2, the least power is 2 to the power 1. And again in 3 to the power 1 and 3 to the power 2, the least power is 3 to the power 1. So 2 into 3 will be equals to 6. So the logic says to figure out the LCM, take the higher power; to figure out the HCF, take the smaller power. Now applying the very same logic in the question. So it says the rope are of three sizes. Let's say there are three ropes, A, B and C. So the first rope A is of 104 meter long, rope B is 78 meters long, and rope C is 65 meters long. And we have to figure out the as long possible rope, that so that the rope is not wasted. We have to divide and want the pieces to be as long as possible. As long as possible implies we have to take the HCF of the three numbers, that is implies the HCF of 104, 78 and 65. So simply we can write in a prime factor form 104 to be as 2 to the power 3 into 3 to the power 13 to the power 1. The number 78 in prime factor form can be written as like 2 into 3 into 13, and the number 65 can be written as like 5 into 13. Now we have to figure out the least power. So in order to take the least power, I'll make here 5 to the power 0, and in this case I'll make 2 to the power 0 and 3 to the power 0. So I can see one of the common power which is all in all three of them is only 13. So in that case the HCF of the three numbers will be equals to 13. So in that case the answer is going to be option number C, that is 13 meters. And one another logic when we can figure out the HCF of the same three numbers, that is let's say I need to figure out, I'm just adding this another logic to get the HCF more simply. So the logic says the HCF of three numbers, that is A, B and C, will be equals to HCF of B minus A and C minus B. That is going to be the HCF. These two are going to be same. For example, if we need to figure out the HCF of 20, 40 and 180, so that will be equals to the HCF of 40 minus 20, that will be 20, and 180 minus 40, that will be equals to 140. So the largest number which is going to divide them, that will be equals to 20. Similarly, we need to figure out the HCF of 104, 78 and 65 will be equals to the difference of same. So 104 minus 78 will be 26 and 78 minus 65 will be equals to 13, and it's quite simple now. The HCF of 13 and 26 will be equals to 13. That is the correct answer, that is option number C.